Aurelia swallowed the bitter medicine, setting the empty bowl aside as she gazed at the white jade vase holding red plum blossoms. She had died, she was certain of it, yet now she found herself back on the 14th day of the 12th lunar month in the 15th year of Xuanjia. She remembered this day all too well. Tomorrow, her younger sister, Beatrice, was set to be married. However, due to an unforeseen mishap, the bridal procession would leave early and encounter an ambush meant for Prince Lysander. In her past life, Beatrice had sacrificed herself to protect him, losing her life in the process. That single event marked the beginning of the White family's downfall. At the thought of Lysander, Aurelia clenched the silk quilt beneath her fingers, hatred surging through her veins. In her past life, she had foolishly believed in his love, thinking he was devoted to her. She had fought for him, shed blood for him, even helped him ascend to power, only to learn in the end that he had orchestrated the massacre of her entire family. Before her death, he had knelt before her, his voice laced with mockery as he confessed his schemes. How he had conspired with her grandfather's deputy to wipe out the White family's men, how he had forged letters to frame them for treason, and how he had ensured the tragic fates of all 7 of her younger sisters. The memories churned in her mind, making her stomach twist in agony. If only she could tear him apart with her own hands. "My lady," came a gentle voice. Her loyal maid, Seraphina, approached, holding a small box. "The medicine is far too bitter. Here, have a candied plum to ease the taste." Aurelia accepted a piece and let the sweet sour flavour dissolve on her tongue. Her gaze softened as she looked at Seraphina, who had served her faithfully since childhood. Just then, voices from the courtyard broke the quiet. "Second lady, the snow is heavy. Why have you come all this way?" Beatrice had arrived. Hearing her sister's voice, Aurelia felt a storm of emotions. In her past life, Beatrice had begged Lysander with her dying breath to protect Aurelia, unaware that the very man she saved was the one who would bring ruin upon them all. This time, Aurelia would not allow history to repeat itself. "Sister, are you feeling better?" Beatrice asked gently from behind the screen. Aurelia suppressed the pain in her heart and reached out her hand. "Beatrice, come closer." Beatrice sat beside her, her fingers warm as they held Aurelia's. "Are you upset because of tomorrow?" Aurelia shook her head and, with unwavering resolve, whispered, "No matter what happens, promise me you will protect yourself. Swear it." Beatrice blinked in confusion but nodded solemnly. "I promise, sister." After a short conversation, Beatrice left to prepare for her wedding. Once she was gone, Aurelia dismissed the servants, laying in bed as she recalled the past, every moment a sharp blade to her heart. She was no longer the naive girl she had once been. This time, she would rewrite their fate. First, she needed to ensure her reckless cousins fulfilled their duty at the wedding and did not abandon their responsibilities to gamble. The bridal procession must not leave early. Moreover, she had to reconsider the attack on Lysander. Was it truly the work of spies from the southern Yan? In her past life, that was the official verdict. But why would southern Yan assassins risk infiltrating the capital just to target a seemingly powerless prince? She also had to send trusted men to the southern warfront. If there was any chance to save her grandfather, father, and brothers, she had to seize it. If not, at the very least, she needed evidence to expose Lysander's treachery before he had the chance to frame her family for treason. Most importantly, her grandmother had to be prepared. The matriarch of the White family was strong, but sudden tragedy could break even the toughest hearts. Aurelia needed to ease her into the truth so she wouldn't be blindsided when the dire news arrived. As long as her grandmother remained, the White family still had a pillar to rely on. Lost in thought, Aurelia drifted into a restless slumber. In her dreams, she saw her grandfather and father riding across the battlefield, her 17 brothers standing tall beside them. She saw her grandmother, tears streaming down her wrinkled cheeks as she held Aurelia's and her mother's hands. "I was useless," she wept. "I failed to protect this family. I must go to them now. The White family is in your hands. Do not fail me." "Grandmother!" Aurelia gasped, jolting upright, her breath ragged, her body drenched in sweat. Snow fell silently outside the window, the world frozen in white. She wiped the tears from her eyes and took a deep breath before throwing off the quilt. There was no time to waste. This life, she would carve a new path for the White family. Seraphina, she called, her voice steady with determination.